Hello, my fellow Whovians and subscribers, and welcome to my latest Doctor Who review, where today I review Doctor Who Robot of Sherwood. The story was written by Mark Gatiss and stars Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor. So, Peter Capaldi's third story, Robot of Sherwood, the plot is as follows. Clara is offered the chance to choose the next destination for herself and the Doctor. They go and meet the English folk hero Robin Hood, much to the Doctor's disbelief in the existence of someone who's supposed to be a mere folk story character. Travelling through Sherwood Forest in 1190, they soon realise that something is amiss, as the cruel Sheriff of Nottingham and his malevolent robot knights set in motion a plot that could rewrite the course of history for the worst. So, Robot of Sherwood. Firstly, apologies for the delay with this review. I've been very busy recently. I've been busy doing some performing. It's not a paid thing. It's just a hobby. It's just amateur dramatics, and I've been working, so I haven't had the time to do Doctor Who reviews lately. So sorry about the delay. Anyway, Robot of Sherwood. This is a good story. I wouldn't say it's fantastic. I don't love it, but I thought it was fine, it was good. It was perfectly fun. I do think this story could have been a lot better, though. There are certainly elements of the plot which I think are very thin, particularly with the villains. I really like the casting of Ben Miller as the Sheriff of Nottingham, and he does get a couple of moments where he is quite sinister. But ultimately, the plot and the grand scheme of his plan, there's not really that much to it. I mean, the story should be a lot higher stakes than it is. I mean, he's planning to basically, I guess, cause an explosion of some kind, and basically he would destroy Nottingham and rewrite history. But yeah, it's kind of all, the exposition of the story is kind of told within passing fancy. It's not told with great importance. It's just kind of rushed, really. And much the fact as well with Robin, there's some kind of revelation with him that he's actually a robot. He's apparently a robot. So yeah, I mean, I know it makes sense with the title, but yeah, the way that it's revealed, it's like, oh, you're a robot. Oh, right. Yeah, see what I mean? It's just there's just no impact with the story. I just feel like it's weightless, and that's the problem I have with this episode. There's just no weight to it. I know it's meant to be a fun romp, but at the very least, they could have thought out the plot a bit more. As well, I think the Merry Men are wasted. I think Robin Hood, when you have Robin Hood and his Merry Men, you want to use them. Although they introduced the Merry Men, but they don't use them. I don't know why. They could have done a lot more. Certainly, they could have come to free Robin and the Doctor when they were in prison. We have to have this long, drawn-out scene with Clara trying to talk to the sheriff and trying to seduce him, and I just didn't like that, really. I thought it was pointless. I thought that they could have, they really missed an opportunity there. But they could have had the Merry Men vent a rescue rather than Clara having to, talk to the sheriff and persuade them to release the Doctor and Robin. A lot of the scenes felt like padding in this story. The pace of this story is actually quite slow in a few areas, which is a shame. There are some fun scenes, don't get me wrong. I really liked the sword fight, the sword/spoon fight with the Doctor and Robin. That's pretty fun at the beginning. The archery scene is also really good, and I thought that was very entertaining. All the arguments between the Doctor and Robin are quite fun to watch. I do think they're good. And the climax is interesting, although it is kind of anticlimactic, the way that Robin just shoots an arrow at the ship and it blows up. I'm sorry, but how is an arrow strong enough to take down a ship like that? I don't get that. I think that's a little bit unbelievable. I know it's Doctor Who, but, an arrow which is made of wood, I'm sorry, I don't buy that. And once again, the comedy. I just don't find Peter Capaldi's comedy that funny. I'm really sorry. Again, it's not his fault. It's the writing. I do feel like they've written a lot of these scripts for Matt Smith, and it just comes off really awkward, especially when Capaldi says stuff like, "Oh, I'm against bantering. I don't like bantering." Yeah, I don't like it either. Not when it's from your Doctor. Capaldi is at his best when he's going dark and angry, and but I don't know if this story is one that really suits him, to be honest, because it feels like more of a fun romp, and he's not given the chance to do anything dark or dramatic, so maybe this story doesn't really serve Capaldi well. But he is good in the story, I'll give him that. He does perform it well, and Jenna Coleman's good as Clara, It's nice to see a bit of the old charm back that she had in Series 7. There's a couple of moments where she's telling them to shut up and everything, but still, aside that, her costume is really great, and I like the fact that she's giddy as a schoolgirl again to see Robin, and I like that kind of giddy charm that she had back in Series 7 with Matt Smith, so it's nice to see that come back. And Murray Gold's soundtrack is very good as well. The production values are great. I really like the set of the castle. It looks very authentic. It really feels like that old medieval period. I just feel like this story is a really mixed bag. There could have been so many great opportunities with this story, but it just kind of, I don't know, it was a little underwhelming for me. Not terrible, but certainly good. I mean, it is fun, but it could have been more fun, you know? I really thought this could have been a great, fun adventure. But sadly for me, just the pace of it in the middle did drag quite a lot when not much was going on. As for the robots, there's really not much to them. I mean, they look kind of cool and they sound pretty decent, but they're just medieval robots. We don't really know that much about them. And the plan that these robots have, in which the sheriff is involved in which he wants to basically rule omnipotent from the sky, from the skyship. That's really it. He just wants to rule. So, very underdeveloped, very one-dimensional for me. Just lacking so much substance here. I mean, come on, people. This is Doctor Who. We're supposed to create intriguing stories. But no, it lacks a lot of intrigue, this one. It's a real shame, to be honest. It's wasted potential. Well, as for the rest of the cast, Tom Riley plays Robin Hood, and he does a good job. I quite like his performance. I've already mentioned Ben Miller as the sheriff. He's very good. Ian Hallard as Alan Adale, Trevor Cooper as Friar Tuck, Rusty Goff as Little John, Joseph Kennedy as Will Scarlet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, they're fine, but they don't get to do very much. They really don't. They're wasted, as far as I'm concerned. But nevertheless, what you will experience with this story is a good time. Great production values. It looks authentic. It feels authentic. You know, you'll have a fun time watching it. But the plot is really thin, paper thin, if I'm going to be completely honest, and really just did not interest me. So I'm very torn with this story. I have very mixed feelings about it. I don't think that it's perfect. Far from it. I think that it's, you know, potentially quite decent at best, but I was really hoping for something a little more than this, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, yeah, the Capaldi era's got off to a bit of a mixed start. So, on that note, I'm going to give Robot of Sherwood a 7 out of 10. It's fine. I know that some people like this story quite a lot, and that's fine, but I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I don't think it's all that. It's fine, but that's it. So anyway, thank you very much all for watching this review of Robot of Sherwood. What do you think of this story? Please comment down below, let me know. Stay tuned next time when I review Listen. So until then, I'm Mr. Tarnas11. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye for now.